Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Fly Like an Eagle podcast. New era. I'm here with my guys, Joe Scorza and Joe. Oh my god, dude, I'm so fucking tired. James Scorza and Joe from my guys, Patterson
You
Ave
want Joe
Sports Show.
Scorza? He's sitting on the couch. You
I
want Joe
know.
Yeah,
Scorza?
he's probably chiming in a little bit too. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, Joe Scorza? How you doing? But yeah, guys, how's everyone doing? We got a draft to talk about. We got Jordan Davis to talk about, and I have a question about Dallas Goedert and where the Eagles go with him. But
Sure.
let's just start out with Jordan Davis, man. How do you guys
Hmm.
feel about him getting his player option picked up? Let's start off with Joe here.
Oh, what's
Uh,
Joe? Joe.
I know. So I like it. You know what? Here's the thing. I like Jordan Davis. I've liked him for a while now, and I get it. He hasn't played as many snaps and everything. I get all that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This is a guy who's got pure athleticism. You got to get him and keep him on the field like that. That I think is a given. But this guy's got pure athleticism. You go back to his combine, you go back to his senior year at Georgia. This is a guy that knows how to destroy whenever he's given an opportunity. Now listen, in the NFL, it kind of falls a little flat. And he's more of a run stopper.
Yeah.
Okay, you still need someone like that. I mean, look at what happened when we played the Ravens. Derrick Henry, who was at the time the league rushing leader, got stopped for under 100 yards that game, and that wasn't just Zach Bond, that wasn't just Cooper DeJean, that wasn't just those guys. That was Jordan Davis clocking on the middle and basically taking a pathway away from Derrick Henry, and he's done that all season long. So for all intents and purposes, people who think 12 to 14 million dollars for an option is a lot of money for a D tackle. It's not, because look at what Milton Williams just got. So those were your two choices: either pick up the 5th-year option and give Jordan Davis 2 years, or pay $30 million to Milton Williams. They
Hmm.
chose Jordan Davis. I think it's the right move.
I think it's the right move too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I what's that?
No, you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the move too. I thought it was a very good move by Howie. I mean, you think about what happened in this off season, like even Joey alluded to, like getting rid of Josh Sweat and even getting rid of Milton Williams, and I mean that was probably something that probably could have. I think right now, like Jordan Davis is one player that if you give him like some time to grow, I think he'll turn into a great player. I thought he played well last year. I mean, yeah, sometimes he struggled a little bit in years before that, but I think it was probably the difference was it was Jonathan Gannon 1 year, and then it was Sean Desai and Pencilhead Matt Patricia the other year, so Pencil or something. But yeah, I think it's a good move. I thought he is going to continue to grow. I think Fangio is going to make him into what not Jordan, Jalen Carter, Jordan David. See, I'm getting my names confused too. Not the only one, Mitch. No, but no, I like it. I mean, not just because I'm a big Boldo guy, but I think right now more than anything, I think this was a very good move for him to exercise that 5th-year option. And I think it's going to be good for them in the coming year too.
So for me, when I shared this post across all the Eagles Facebook groups and whatever,
Mhm.
mostly every person was saying how cheap it is, how much of a good deal it is for
Yeah.
the buck.
Yeah.
Like 12.6 mil, I'll take
Yeah.
that any day of the week, or 12.9, excuse me,
Mhm.
12.9.
Sure.
Yeah, I would take it any day of the week. I mean, he's there so Jalen Carter can still have some room. So they have to pick and choose who they attack.
Right.
Like, oh, Jordan Davis here, or do I go to Jalen Carter? Like,
Right.
he sucked. The offensive line is sucked. So there are some people out there that still call him a bust, and I'm just like, I just don't understand that. Maybe
I
you
don't
guys
either.
don't. Like, it's such insane. Joe, do you
To me,
understand why
to,
people call him a bust?
to me, it's a matter of the amount of snaps he has that he
Okay.
gets. Like he's only in like 20 or 30 snaps a game, and people go, That's just not enough. And whatever. And I understand. Like, you have a right to say that.
Mhm.
But I also think about the perspective of what is this defense based itself on?
Yeah.
Rotation.
Yeah.
And Ajobo and now you got this other kid. He's gonna come in, the rookie that they would just drafted a D tackle from Nebraska. He's gonna come in, he's gonna get some. So
Yeah.
what? All these guys get time, and now you're gonna sit here and tell me just because Jordan's a team player and not a selfish prick that he's a bad player? No, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
He's a guy that knows that the philosophy is that there's rotation. Now, is Jalen Carter a man amongst boys? Absolutely. But look at like Nolan Smith. Look at guys that are picking it up. And I go back to some of these other players that we've had throughout the years. That third year, there's a big uptick in snaps. He'll be coming into his third year. It'll be interesting. Well, his fourth year. It'll be interesting to see, what that really looks like as
Mhm.
far as that uptick. And I believe he will have an uptick, but he will still be a rotational player. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to tell people, get adjusted to that.
Yeah, I really like it. Like, here's another thing about Jordan Davis too. Remember when he lost all that weight, right?
Mhm.
He lost all
Yep.
this weight. He was looking slim. He didn't have his best season. That's fair. That's fine. My point is, when someone loses weight, you can't guarantee that they're gonna have the best season right off the bat. You
True.
can't guarantee that.
That's true.
So I am glad that Jordan Davis is taking care of his body. I am glad there's someone there like Jalen Carter and a new guy that we drafted. So I'm just glad there's other guys there to fill the void for
I'm gonna
that.
say this. When I played Madden with my buddy,
Yeah.
and we wanted to now I'm not calling Jordan Davis a bum. I'm just saying if we got up against the cap and we
Yes.
needed to sign a defensive tackle, we go to the free agent list. Do you think we would look at overall? No. We would
Mhm.
look for the fattest dude on the block because all we need you to do is plug the hole. There'd be guys we're like 310. Nah, I'm not fat enough. 320. No, not fat enough. 330. Okay, now we're talking. And look,
So like how
you
is Thomas like
Yeah.
material?
something like
Like,
Hollis Thomas, and so you're looking at a guy like Jordan Davis that even
right.
though he's 6'6", 330 pounds, he went down to 315 at one point. And like you said, Mitch, when he was down in weight, he just wasn't producing at the same level. Why?
Yeah.
Because when that guy has been adjusted to working with 340, 330, 350, you got to let the guy work with what he's adjusted to.
Right.
315 is just your body you start to you can't move the same way and you move differently, but you're also more susceptible to injuries.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, Joe. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Mitch. I
No,
keep
no, you're
interrupting.
good. Go, go, go. You're fine.
Yeah,
You're,
I feel bad because it's this is your show. I'm sorry about that.
no, 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 no. We're having a conversation, dude. That's basically what this is. We're just chilling at the link. As you can
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
James and I are at the link. We're
yeah,
just here chilling, talking birds.
yep,
So,
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I'm right next to Howie Roseman's office. I don't know if you guys can see it way back there, but that's where he made all the trades. So it's pretty
yeah,
cool. But
yeah. We got the Joes
actually,
coming.
here comes the Joes. But Joe Scorza, what is up, Joe Scorza? How you doing? I think Davis gets flat. What is that word? Flack? Flack.
I
Okay.
think he spelled flag wrong.
It's okay because why does he? Why doesn't he? Isn't showing up in the stats? He takes up space and lets the other guys eat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Team player.
definitely.
Team
Yep.
player. That's all I ask for. That is all I
That's all I
ask.
need.
I want it. I want a
And
team player.
And I'll say this: if it's not for him and Jalen Carter, I don't think Josh Sweat gets the contract that he got. I don't think Nolan Smith gets the recognition he gets, and I don't think Zach Bond gets to have the sight lines that he gets. You know, he those two beasts open up the Red Sea. And Zach Bond's just waiting there, going, "Who's coming at me?
Come at
I'm
me, bro."
waiting."
Yeah, and don't
Yeah.
forget Jahad Campbell is there too now.
Yep.
Jahad Campbell's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's Joe Sullivan, who's actually the newest member of the
Sully.
Hardcore Sports Network show this week in Phillies baseball. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to
Nice,
him, my
nice.
guy. What is up,
Excellent.
We're
fellas?
on a run. We're on a run with Joe's here. Okay.
I know. I love it.
Didn't have my cup of Joe this morning. I didn't
I
have
was
that
going to
either.
say that too.
Anybody gonna have sloppy Joe for dinner? Like, I'm just curious.
Or pasta.
I'll take some sloppy Joe. But what up, fellas? Feeling like Jordan Davis takes a step this season. He's actually was coming on in the playoffs in a bit. He did step up in the playoffs and that led us to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Not mad here. Not mad. I don't care how many plays you get. I don't care if you get tired. I don't care if all that. Just do your job.
And I
Yep.
say this.
Absolutely.
I say this about Jalen, but I can put the same thing, the same phrasing about Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, he played well the last 2 games of the season, last season." Okay, what were they again? Oh, the NFC Championship game in the Super Bowl. That's when you need to play your best. That's the point. You play to win the game. You play all
Unless you're the Sixers. I had to do that. I had to.
Oh man,
dude, my main channel is Sixers stuff.
Yeah, you sure don't want to come on the other side and talk some Flyers, man? Well, at least we got a positive.
Hey! Do I have a shot at winning Rookie of the Year on the Flyers, though? Do I have a shot?
I hope so, man. But look,
Okay.
it's a good race. It's a good race, man. It's a good race. By the way, that Eileen Martell person, that's a friend of mine. I know her pretty well. So thanks for chiming in, Eileen. I appreciate it, dear.
Yeah, Eileen, how you doing? Thank you for being here. My guy, Cool Cat Connor, how you doing, man? My co-host of Cool Cat Mitch, every Monday at 3 o'clock on the Hardcore Sports Network, and we also do play-by-plays for most of the Eagles games this season.
Nice.
He's going to the banner drop. He's already.
Ooh.
He's going to
well, if you could see on the virtual screen right here, hang on a sec. They'll be right next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about it too is what the teach me about them Eagles, she said too. Yeah. I mean, the one thing is too, you know what's crazy, dude? You know what's the craziest thing? Today starts rookie camp already. It's already rookie camp, and I just 2-3 months ago we were just on top of the highest mountain, and we're like, maybe we could just savor it and rejoice it, but football season's right around the corner. We just had the draft. We're at rookie minicamp. 2 months away from now, it will be training camp. I mean, this week is also Brandon Graham Appreciation Day on WIP. So I love it. I love everything about it, man. I'm ready to go, man.
I'm gonna add something into that, James.
Sure.
There was a report out there. I think Jeff McClain said it this afternoon that Jahir Campbell graded higher during today's camp than most any linebacker in 20 years. In any camp in 20 years. So, folks, for those people who think his shoulder and all this stuff,
one hump
and all that, this guy is coming in with fire,
man.
And I'm telling you now, I don't want to be in his way. I'm just gonna let him go cook.
That is crazy. That is insane, man.
I trust Howie.
He did bench. He did bench press today. He did running today. That this is a guy who's has a damaged shoulder, and yet he's scoring high in these things. Okay, I'll take everything and all of it and more.
Yeah, she's ready. Yep, let's get it. Right, let's go. So let me ask you this, guys. Since I got you guys here. So, you think of the draft that Howie had and all this and all the players that he brought in too. if there has to be one player on this team that is going to be a standout in this rookie year, who would that be? I got to go with Jahad Campbell.
I'm actually about to pull up the draft picks right now so we all can see.
Oh, there you go.
That's actually a good question. I like this question. Here we go. So these are all the picks that I'm going to read them off. So the first round in the 31st pick, we still traded up. We traded up one pick with the Chiefs to get Jahad Campbell out of Alabama.
Incredible.
Round 2, pick 64, we got actually this pick I really like. Andrew Makuba, safety out of Texas, to fill the void of Gardner Johnson. Sign me up. He can start right now.
Yeah.
He can start right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
Go with it. Round 4, pick 111, defensive tackle Ty Robinson out of Nebraska. People were shocked that he fell to us. People were like, how are the Eagles getting away with this? Like every time the Eagles make a pick.
There's a lot of lazy GMs out there, my friend. There's a lot of lazy.
By the way, I heard that a lot of GMs, this was a report that a lot of people were coming back after the draft. A lot of GMs, because Howie was trying to trade up. He admitted that. Mm-hmm. But he got a lot of no answers. I wonder why. I wonder why GMs aren't picking up the phone when they see 215. Because they don't want to get fleeced.
Yeah.
You got a call from Howie Roseman.
My man, it's actually funny you mentioned that, Joe. Because Scott, if you guys don't know who Scott is, he's the main guy of Steampunk Entertainment. Shout out to Scott. Great guy. He actually put on the Facebook post, he tagged me and the followers like, what do you do when you see this number of 215? I just started laughing. I'm like, he's the best GM in football. What do you do?
What do you do, right?
You know what this reminds me of? Did you guys ever see the movie Draft Day?
Yes.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it, though. That's Dennis Leary, right?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. That's what. Dennis Leary was in it, though. Was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. You got to see it. You got to see it. I'm telling you, it's so funny, but it's so it's great. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
I got to check it out. Yeah.
I heard about it. I mean, you think of Dennis Leary, the only thing is instead of saying Bucky effing Den, it's Howie freaking Roseman.
Yeah. So let's get back to this real quick.
Sure.
Ty Robinson's out of Nebraska. How'd you guys like this pick? Because I thought this was a steal.
Yeah, man.
I thought this was a steal. So James, take it.
This is a guy this is a guy I think is he's one of those guys that is going to mash. I'm very impressed because with Nebraska, you always have those guys up front that you never know how they're going to pan out, but you always know they're tough. And this guy comes off like he's tough, but he's skilled. And so I'm really looking for – it's like I said, you got this guy, Jordan Davis, and Ajobu. You're going to sit here and tell me you're not going to do a rotation? It's too rich to not do a rotation.
No such thing. There's no such thing as like if you don't rotate those guys. But, yeah, I mean – to allude to your point, Joe, I like this move a lot too. I thought, like you said, like you even said it best, Mitch, that was a steal. I mean, that was probably the steal of the draft because you think about Jahad Campbell being there. I mean, we only moved up from 32 to 31, and he was still there. Hard to believe, you know. And Makoba, Andrew Makoba, Andrew. I said Makoba.
Drew Makoba.
Makoba.
Yeah.
I'll get it right. I got
it. You're good.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good player too. But that Ty Robinson player, I mean, that's from the Big Ten, and then Jahad Campbell from the SEC. I mean, those are big. I mean, Texas is in the SEC too. So big. I mean, you look at the draft, like the 3 picks that the Eagles had, they were from either SEC or Big Ten. I mean, that's pretty incredible. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And then round 5, pick 145, cornerback Mac McWilliams at Central Florida. Needed a corner to fill in the void for Slay, even though we did get the guy
And
from the
Avonte
Giants.
Maddox too.
Oh,
So
I forgot about Maddox. Yeah, I forgot about Maddox. Wow.
could be like a slot guy. Probably like you could put him in. I mean, if Kiwi, I mean, it's gonna be a tall task too, especially if a Kiwi Ringo doesn't say for example doesn't pan out. I mean, you got another one in the wing.
Keep in mind Isaiah Rodgers too. Isaiah Rodgers,
correct.
Slay,
Yeah, that's right.
and Levante Maddox. So you lose 3 out of that secondary.
Right.
So yeah, it was a needed. I don't know a lot about him other than he's a bit undersized. So
Yeah.
the jury's still out for me on him.
And this one's actually funny. The reason I'm going to say funny. Round 5, pick 161, linebacker Smail Mondon out of we got another Georgia guy. We got another Georgia guy. This is funny because Joe messaged me. He was like, "We got another Bulldog for the nest." I'm like, "Yeah, we got another one."
Yeah, let's add more. let's add one more.
And then we also got.
Yeah. I'm like, shocker, a Bulldog, huh? Who saw that coming?
It sounds like you guys are like tired of the Bulldog situation, but I mean, it's all good. I mean, I got Nakobe Dean, I got Jaywa Carter, I got Nolan Smith, I got my national championship here, so I guess it's all right.
Yeah, 2/3 of the defense from the national championship team is a Philadelphia Eagle.
Don't forget about Azeez Ojulari too.
Yes, we're not forgetting. We get it. You're taking roll, just like Mitch is taking roll of anybody that's in sports that has the last name Mitch or first name Mitchell. Yeah, he's taking roll too.
That's my job. That is my job.
Go Dogs, brother.
Yeah, and Mitchell. Shout out to all the Mitchells. But
you got Quinion Mitchell too. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on both teams in Philly.
There you go. Like Bo Jackson.
Right. Yeah. Here's another linebacker from Georgia. You got anything to say about Mondon?
You know, it's funny. I mean, as much as a big Bulldog fan of myself, I actually did not know who he was going to admit.
Oh, that's not relieving.
Well, I mean, it's not relieving, but it's just like, I mean, yeah, if it was like Kiwi Ringo, maybe Jordan Davis, and the list goes on and on about that too. But hey, look, I mean, it looks like, I mean, if it was Malachi Starks, I would have been like, yeah, I mean, this guy's going to be another stud. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like it's probably just like for like linebacker depth. I mean, like the same thing what they got with Bond and Nakobe Dean and even Trot Jr. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Got speed. He's got speed. He scored well in the combine.
That he does.
Speed. So he's fast.
And then Joe Scorza comes in and is like, can never have enough Georgia dogs.
No such thing, right? Exactly right, brother.
But it's like my team is Michigan. So I'm just like, they beat us in the championship game. And I'm like, now I got to root for them.
Yeah, I mean, for them. Here's the thing too. Coastal Loveland could have been there with the Eagles when they had to pick. I mean, he could have fell on the Eagles' lap.
Yep. And then round 5, pick 168, cornerback Drew Kendall out of Boston College. Just a depth piece, right? That's basically what he is.
I think it's more depth. Yeah. I think
this is depth, but this is a guy who's also a little lankier. He's a guy that's more press. Yes. You're going to see this guy. He's going to fight for that last position as a cornerback position in training camp. I want everybody to pay attention during training camp. There's going to be something happening in the Eagles NovaCare that hasn't happened in quite some time. There's going to be position battles because there's going to be some really interesting position battles, both at cornerback, linebacker. You're talking about defensive line. It's going to get interesting because there's a guy that we have on our practice squad as a cornerback that I think is going to try to fight for a position in the 53-man roster, and that's Ricks. I think Ricks is going to make a run at it. And you look at these two corners that they drafted, it's not to say that these guys are bust or anything or just depth and practice squad guys, but they are going to help compete. They are going to bring the best out of these position battles.
Uh,
Interesting.
and then next up, round 6, pick 181, quarterback Kyle McCord out of Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing with depth. I think it's probably who's going to be the third string quarterback, depending on if DTR doesn't like pan out. Maybe, I mean, I wouldn't think they would trade Tanner McKee because there was a lot of talk out there if Tanner McKee was going to go to the Saints and like go back with work with Kellen Moore. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be like it's going to be a quarterback, not a quarterback battle, but preseason it's going to be like who's going to be that third or fourth stringer.
And
Yeah.
keep in mind, this is a local kid too, St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
McCord.
right.
And so the other part of this is, and the first thing I thought about when I heard this, great, the Eagles just drafted another Syracuse quarterback that's
Yeah.
going to do nothing for this team. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry, Donovan. I didn't mean to
Damn.
infer.
That's my favorite Eagle of all time. Thank you. But yeah,
Yeah,
next up, we finally got a Michigan guy. Finally.
there you go. There you go.
Yay, I'm happy. We got one. Round 6, pick 191. Yes, Chad. Tanner freaking McKee.
Yep.
Yes, Tanner freaking McKee. Yes, we got a tackle from Michigan, Miles Hinton. Just like another depth piece, but hey, I
Yeah.
can say we got a Michigan guy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I mean, did this guy start in Michigan?
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you that.
No. Okay.
No, he was like a depth piece.
Oh, okay.
Like I was watching Dibes and his guys, they grade him a D across the board.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, great, perfect.
that's
I'm
wonderful.
like, that's like perfect. But hey, can
That's
I
a
get an
shame.
A for a Michigan guy, please? I get one A for Michigan. It's not that hard.
What do they? What do they? The next one we got is Cameron Williams. I think that could be a good one too.
Where's he out of?
Texas. He went to Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yeah, it's just another tackle. And then we got the last pick, round 6, 209, outside linebacker, Antoine Powell Ryland.
Why would I do?
APR. Okay. APR. Got it. Virginia Tech.
Now I heard some interesting things about this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
heard some too.
I heard some. John Ritchie is a big fan of this guy, and basically said that can this guy move as fast as what he moved in on the combine? This guy graded in the top 5 in linebackers at the combine for speed, bench press, and vertical broad jump.
Okay.
So this is a guy who's an athletic linebacker, but like he's just if you know that the saying green, I'm not talking about the color of the Eagles jersey, but he's just green. Like he's a green prospect. You're just hoping to see what you can get out of it because of that athleticism. If Vic Fangio can be Jeff Statland for a minute and just figure out how to go into the lab and convert this guy's athleticism into pure out skill, it could be a steal. It really could. I mean,
Well,
this is the guy I consider to steal the draft.
Yeah, Eileen Martell, if you could check that in one more time, Mitch, said that there's something about Virginia Tech all about football. So I guess she knows a thing or two about this kid that they got drafted. I guess he's going to be, he could be a good player. I mean, yeah, I mean, no such thing as too much depth. I mean, that's the most important thing. And you think about this team. I mean, if John Ritchie says something about that, I believe it. It's not like Ray Dininger praise, but I mean, John Ritchie knows his stuff.
He made a point out of all these picks. He made a point to point to that guy, and I just went, okay, who are you talking about? Like, because you get buried with how many picks we took with that 6th round pick. You get buried. Like, who is this person?
Right.
And so when John Ritchie says a name, I look it up. When he goes, I like him, I go, well, I want to like him. Why do I want to like him, John? Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I looked up about the combine. I looked up about, what he's got going on. It's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
look, what it can't hurt us. A 6th-round pick who's a sleeper. I mean, that's only going to help us.
Hey, look, it happened with Tom Brady. Not saying like it's gonna be as bad as Brady, but yeah, I mean that's gonna be the most important thing too. Because if you think about it, Virginia Tech, like even Eileen Martello you brought up, is that they breathe football and they actually know a thing or two about football too. I mean, my buddy of mine is a big Virginia Tech fan too, so he's a
Michael Vick.
yeah,
Michael
that's
Vick.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So Joe Scorzo says Mark is right about APR. Hey, I started something. Can he translate the athletic talent into football abilities? With the shot there.
Yeah,
I'll wait and see, I guess.
yeah.
You gotta see what Vic goes and when he takes these kids into the lab and he literally tries. Look, it's like I said, if Vic Fangio could be for the defense, what Jeff Statlin is for the offensive line, whoo!
Wow.
How is going to be like? Yeah, I'm just going to keep feeding the beast. I'm just
Yeah.
going to keep feeding the beast.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Eileen says, I only know that area lives, eats, and breathes football. And
Yeah.
what's the name of their mascot?
I was gonna say I want to know this too. So
I kind of do too. I kind
same,
of want to.
same.
Well, I know it's the Hokies, but I don't know what the name of the mascot is.
I think I probably know. I think I know what it is. But
Oh, okay.
it's a turkey. Turkey statue.
Turkey statues all over the town. We may have a whole new fans. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They might be good for Thanksgiving.
I thought it was like I thought it was like a slogan, like some kind of weird slogan. But hey, it's all right. I mean, hey, the turkey vultures. That's all.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. As long as they're making Thanksgiving dinner, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Yeah, stuffed turkeys.
Yeah. So I actually want to bring up Dallas Goedert, right?
Sure.
Because George Kittle just got paid. He got a big deal. Goddard's only 1 year younger, right? He's got 1 more year and 2 more years left. So
it is
I'm
Hokies.
like, what do the Eagles do with Dallas Goedert? Hokies. Thank you. James Scorza, let's start off with you. What do you think we're going to do with Goddard?
Mitch, that's a very good question because you think about George Kittle getting all that money for. I mean, but here's the thing though with George Kittle, that's something that Goddard probably has to be, but at the same time, I mean, George Kittle is one guy that he lost Deebo Samuel in the free agency, and I guess it's only him and Brandon Ayuk now. I mean, Kittle has to be the guy. It's kind of like how we
were with McCaffrey too.
McCaffrey too, yeah, but McCaffrey can't stay healthy too. That's the problem.
Correct.
And the thing about it too is that with this Eagles team, he don't have to be the guy like kind of like what George Kittle has to be, because like back in the day we thought about Zach Ertz had to be the guy, and then you had like Elshon or maybe like I don't think Deshaun Jackson. I think it was more like Jeremy Maclin, maybe in that same Whipple effect. But back to the Goddard thing, real quick though. The thing that sticks out to me is that, yeah, I mean he's a good player. Yes, when he's on the field, he's a dominant player. The injury bug is concerning, though. I think it's more concerning than anything, because you just think about some times when he was a part of the team and all that. I mean, that playoff year, he played well. I mean, he played well in the playoffs, but the problem is that injury bug has been his bugaboo for quite some time now. And I think that's going to be the problem that's going to be it, too, if you actually sign him to a big extension, is that if he gets that extension, that he has to live up to the hype. Not saying he didn't, but at the same time, it's just that injury bug has been concerning for him more than anything.
Yeah. For me, it's apples to oranges.
Correct.
I think George Kittle is is way beyond Dallas Goedert. I
Sure.
look like I think George Kittle is like the bar in which tight ends are set right now, and I
Hmm.
think Dallas Goedert, he's a good serviceable tight end.
Hmm.
He does some things as far as blocking, he does some things as far as receiving, but let's be honest, he's the fifth option on this offense.
Yeah.
Right.
You got Saquon, you got AJ, you got Devontae, you got Jalen himself, and then you got Goddard. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're not gonna pay a guy George Kittle money for being the fifth option. It's one of the reasons why they paid AJ and Devontae.
Hmm.
It's the reason why they're paying Saquon and Jalen. There's your four horsemen for the offense for the foreseeable future. And Howie Roseman knows that that's what you have to bank on.
Yeah.
You have your offensive line that's going to protect those guys, and you have the four horsemen and those guys that are going to lead this team down the field, game in and game out.
Hmm.
Dallas Goddard is not a guarantee to be healthy, and that has been a bugaboo, but it's going to be it's going to be his demise. This
Yeah.
is a guy, I think me and you, Mitch, in the beginning of this season, were on a group chat and we talked about Dallas Goddard.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I stuck up for Dallas Goddard, and then 2 weeks later he got hurt.
Right.
And I literally messaged you back a week later saying, "You were right. I was wrong. This guy can't stay healthy. You can't put him in that elite tight end territory if the guy can't suit up for at least 50%, if not 70% of the games."
Hmm.
I completely agree with you now
Yeah.
because at least George Kittle shows up. He suits up and he plays out.
All
Dallas
right.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah. I got two things. First, Brock Purdy's about to get paid as well. So they're screwed with the money. Like he's about to get paid 45 to 50 mil.
Yeah.
Second, do you trust Calcaterra to be the number one tight end? Because
Mm.
I don't.
What's he
I
doing?
don't.
Is he blocking or receiving?
That's exactly my point. That's
Yeah.
exactly my
Yeah.
Well,
point.
That's a good point.
but here's the thing. My point is, do I trust Grant Calcaterra with receiving?
Hmm.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
do. I do. Now blocking, different
Hit or
story.
miss. Hit or miss. You know.
I mean, at that point, let's put one of these, other linemen out there as another tight end. I don't
Hmm.
care. At
Right.
that point, like if we really are that hard up for blocking, uh, for me, it's just no. I do have faith in Grant Calcaterra could be that fifth offensive threat. Do I have faith in him as a blocker? Hell no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's why
agree.
they signed Van Sumeren. That's why they re-signed him.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, let me ask you this too. So with Goddard, right? You think about the last handful of years I mean, I think the last year he was efficient was probably 2022. So I'm thinking like this is like around 3-4 years ago. But the problem is with Goddard is that like he could be a real good player like George Kittle if healthy. But the problem is with Goddard is that, like you even alluded to, Joe, is that he has been the fifth option on that. I mean, if he has to be that big guy, like let's say for example, that he has to be like the Zach Ertz of the team. I mean, he has to be the guy that has to fill the hole for Jalen Hurts. I mean, him not being. I mean, if he's not healthy, and he's only that first or second or third option, then your offense is probably going to start to fade a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is Goddard's contract right here. So his contract is 4 years, 57 mil. And so he has a cap hit of like what year is that? 24. So we're in 25. He has a cap hit of $11.7 million. And then
Oof.
he's a unrestricted free agent next year.
Gotcha.
So in
But just remember
2026.
that cap hit goes up or down. I forget which. That cap hit that you're referring to, I believe, is like June 1st
Yes.
that
Yeah.
it takes place. And so what you got to kind of keep in mind is we're not seeing any movement yet with Dallas Goedert, only because I think if the difference between trading him now and trading him after June 1st is saving $15 million, I
Yeah.
think that's the reason why Howie's not doing it. But I do feel like it's going to be difficult to trade him now
Yeah.
because if you saw those teams that picked up tight ends, there isn't going to be a market there. So we might just get stuck. And look, here's what I thought too. As the draft started to unfold, this is the thing that I thought. So if Dallas Goedert goes, so say he goes wherever and gets a $50 million, $60 million contract for like 30 million guaranteed or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We are not going to pay that. That's fine. But what we're going to get is a potential fourth round compensation pick.
Yeah.
Whereas all the talk up to this point was that the most you're going to get for a trade for Dallas Goedert is a fifth rounder. Now, we're not mathematicians, but we can all do math. What's better, a fourth round pick or a fifth round pick?
Right.
Anything's better than a fifth.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right.
To keep in mind too, we also have 13 picks for this upcoming the next draft, the 2026.
Yeah, we got a lot of picks. So I think the other thing too is you think about this too. Maybe next year, when the time calls for it, that will be their top priority come next year if Dallas Goedert doesn't get that contract. And I mean, it's one of those things that I hate. I would hate to see him go, but at the same time, it's like it's not like he was like in his prime and we got rid of him in his prime. I mean, he's coming up on. I think it's just a problem with Goddard. Like I even alluded to, and even we alluded to, is that sure he's a good piece, but the problem is can he stay on the field? That's going to be the
Right.
most important thing.
And
So
keep in mind with all those picks, James and Mitch, like think about like the last two seasons. We've had two stud tight ends come out in the last two seasons.
Yes.
right,
So there's going to possibly be a stud tight end again for next draft.
that's right.
So what I would say is that Howie knows that if it's not able to be worked out, he eats it, he bites the bullet, Dallas stays on the team, and then when that next draft comes out, he looks for the best tight end and say, okay, where can I get him without reaching?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I have to go because he's the guy on that board.
You
And
know,
God forbid, and here's the plus. Here's where Howie's also looking at long lens. All the tight ends that were drafted this year, what's not going to be as much of it, potentially not as much of a need for certain teams next draft? Tight end. So
Yeah.
that stud tight end could be just falling down the board, and
mm-hmm.
it could be open for Howie's season to capitalize on. So look, where I think we're getting stuck with Dallas Goedert for one more year, sure. But
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's like spells disaster for tight end success going forward? No.
I don't think
Not
so
at all.
either. Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But and the last thing I'll say about this too is that you said something about like Howie making a reach. If the Eagles didn't have any reaches like with the players they got now, like by the time like the Eagles pick next year, it'll be already in their lap like it was the last handful of years too. So that's how the day and age of GMs are because like they don't see that they see that 215 number they're thinking it's probably nothing and now know where you answer it and then he screws you over. But hey,
Yeah.
look, that's Howie for you. That's Howie sees it for you.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'll say too is that with Goddard, I feel like his trade value is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's not going to be at its peak. That's the same thing we made with Zach Ertz, right?
Sure.
We didn't get rid of him at the right time. We got rid of him later on in his career. We didn't get the best value for him.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm like,
That's true.
where's the best value for him right now? I'm kind of with I don't know, like a third. I'll be lucky for a third because of the injuries history of
Well,
him.
That's true.
the
That's fair.
rumors that were out there was that the most Howie was getting for him was a fifth.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I just don't and like you said, anything's better than a fifth. So I just don't think Howie looks at it and goes, this isn't worth it's not the value I want.
Hmm.
So what are your choices? You take a trade that's not gonna help you, but hinder your roster right now, taking a fifth for next year. What is that going to solve for the roster this year?
Right.
Like it's not going to save you money. It's going to cost you money. And you're taking away your fifth offensive option. And I get it, it's your fifth offensive option, but it's still an option.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
still a body, an able-bodied person. So yeah, I agree with you that the trade value is decreasing.
Yeah.
This is where I think Howie just rides it out because he might get a compensation pick, and that just adds another ammunition to his already growing ammunition of draft picks.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. That's fair. That's totally
Yeah.
fair.
And then let's get back to the comments real quick. Joe
Sure.
Scorza says, "Love Goddard, but he's not the player for the Birds that Kittle is for the San Francisco 49ers. Kittle is their
Absolutely.
number one
Absolutely.
option. Goddard is not that here. Plus the health issue. I completely
For sure.
agree." And then Chip Kelly has one thing right. Only wow, one. I thought it was zero. The best ability, the best ability is availability. If he can't get on the field, it doesn't matter.
And he got us
Perfect.
and he got us Jeff Stoutland out of it too. So thanks for that,
Well,
Yeah,
Chip.
to,
dude.
to be fair, Mitch, a broken clock is right twice a day. So even Chip
Yeah,
Kelly can be right twice a day.
So sometimes can be wrong all he wants, but sometimes a wrong can make it right. I guess I don't know.
Blind
and it,
squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, blind
So
squirrel does find an acorn. You're absolutely right.
yeah. So Howie is best at cost versus value decisions. That's
Yep.
perfectly said.
Yeah.
Perfectly said.
Well
Like
said.
contracts, knowing the value of the buck or a dollar, however you say that saying. But yeah, it's just like I'm excited to see what's next for Goddard. I think he's gonna ride it out, like what Joe said. I think he's gonna ride it out. But it's just like I feel like
un,
we need another tight end. I don't trust Calcaterra at all.
Yeah, I'm
unless
with you.
unless there's a team during the season that loses a tight end and feels desperate,
Mhm.
that's the only way we get good value for Dallas Goddard. And I can tell you this, I'd go back to this again. With Grant Calcaterra, he can catch the ball. He's an
Yes,
athletic receiving tight end. The dude can't block worth a damn.
I
But
know.
Yeah, he can't
but
block for God knows
but
apparent reason.
what we need to do is focus on his strengths, not his weaknesses.
Sure.
So that's why I think Van Sumeren was important
Hmm.
Yeah,
because I think Van Sumeren gives them an insurance policy,
Hmm.
not just for protecting Saquon Barkley and opening up holes there, but because it's probably an insurance policy for Grant Calcaterra in case he can't block and he lets that guy come off the edge. Van Sumeren's waiting for them.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
maybe that's the hope. I don't know if that's the logic, but maybe that's the hope.
Yeah, I mean Johnny Wilson's still there. Maybe, but I wouldn't know.
I
He's a
I
forgot
mean
good
about
Johnny
Johnny
Wilson's
body.
just a
Wilson.
beast. What's that?
I forgot about Johnny Wilson.
Same here, yeah. Yeah,
You
right.
really pulled a name out of the hat there.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean
Hey,
AJ
that's
Jenkins
good.
is a guy too. AJ Jenkins too.
I forgot about him too. What's next? Oh my god! But yeah, just gotta wait a month from today, June 2nd. So we
Yep.
just gotta wait and see what happens. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
alright. Now, guys, it's time for my favorite segment. 3
All
words or
right.
less about the Birds. You could say about their even the undrafted free agents, if you like any one of those guys. I know we're going to talk about that tomorrow on Patterson App Sports Show. So we're
Right.
going to talk about that tomorrow more in depth. Make sure you guys tune in at 9 o'clock. I'm going to be a guest of their show. along with my good friend Mark. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. So if you guys have any 3 words about the birds or whatever, go for it.
Joe, I'll let you start first.
I got one.
Simply Howie greatness.
Hmm.
I
That's a
got
good
it.
one. That's a good one.
All
I'm trying
right.
to think.
Oh, yep. Cool cat.
Yeah,
Exactly right. Don't forget about the NFL schedule release on May 14th.
that's
I
right.
I forgot about that again. Man, where's my memory today? I'm forgetting names, I'm forgetting Eagles players, and I'm forgetting dates. What's wrong with me today?
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those days like the Food Fighters song would say.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
James, you got one?
Oh man. Shoot.
I got one.
Yeah, I'll let you go first, and I'll end it with a bang.
Easy. Better than Dallas.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Now that's a good one. Actually, speaking of
Wow.
that, coming out with a bang.
Wow. Just, I
my
mean,
three-
especially when Jerry's trying to dance. It's better than that. I mean, Howie doesn't need to do a stupid dance during a draft thing, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't have
So
to do
you
a
can take
wham
your
dance.
you could take your all-timer old ass and go dance to the senior center. You old man. Go ahead.
Let's see.
Time's yours, James.
Oh man. Oh jeez. I'm bad at this today too. Okay.
And then Joe Scorza goes Super Bowl repeat, and Eileen goes Bring It Home.
Yep.
Are the Eagles playing out of the country again? I feel like they are.
Yep.
I forget where. Cool Cat would
No,
tell me.
They usually alternate some of the teams. I think what I've been hearing, it's going
Jalen
to be the
freaking
Giants.
Hurts. There you go.
It's the Giants.
Okay. Bodo mentality. That's actually not. No, I'm sorry. It's going to
You're good. Take your time. No rush.
Oh man. Okay, 3 words or less. 3 words. Actually, you know what? Bodo mentality.
I like that.
Enough said.
For
Bodo
me,
mentality.
For me, it's like I got another one. More Bulldogs.
Period.
We got more. Can we just stop? Like
All I ask is for one Notre Dame player. One.
Hey, I got my Michigan, so I'm
Good
safe.
for you. I got Ian Book. That's all
Ian
I
friggin'
have.
Book. Ian friggin' Book. Oh my
You can
god.
close the book on him.
Yeah.
Saquon for MVP.
That's good. I like that one. Protect the quarterback.
Protect the quarterback. Yep.
Protect the QB.
Well, that
Protect the QB.
works.
There you go.
That works in line.
Hurts so good. Hurts so good. In the
Hurts
words of John
Pause.
Mellencamp. That's a shout out to my brother from another.
That's the protect the quarterback. That definitely goes into the Grant Calcaterra situation.
Right? It really does. It really does. So, Joe, would you want to tell everyone in the chat what's going on tomorrow morning?
Yeah, so we are going to talk more about the draft, break down some of the draft picks a little bit more, and then we're going to also talk a little bit about some of the undrafted free agents some of the Eagles brought in for rookie camp and what potential names you could possibly be seeing on Sunday that you may not know about. Plus, we're going to break down a little bit of the Phillies and some of the woes that have been going on with Bryce Harper. And is Aaron Nola an ace or a base? Find out tomorrow.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it, brother. Looking forward to it.
I'm about to put the link in the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe over there. It will be on the Hardcore Sports Network. It's also on my channel, but my channel, forget about my channel. It's more about Hardcore Sports tomorrow. So, yeah, guys, make sure you guys hit that like here on CM Punk Sports PA. Really appreciate you guys, man. And hold on, what show? I always Joe Sullivan. What show did he do? Yes, or what was it? 2 days ago. Like, didn't he just had Mark Forzetta on?
He had Forzetta and Angelo Cataldi.
Yeah.
I think it was Kind of like we're doing with Philly Fame Legends, but I think he's doing
old school
old
sports.
school
Yep.
sports. There you go. Thank you.
Make sure you guys check that out. That's live on Steampunk Sports PA. Check that out. It's good stuff. I already saw it. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll catch you all guys later. Have a good one. Peace, guys. Let's go,
Later.
Birds.
Go Birds!
Let's go. See ya. We're out. Peace.
Later.